Good morning, everyone. Today is Friday, March 18th, 2022. I am Barry Cowan, your host for today's meeting and the president of this club since August 2005. The top of the morning to all of you who, like me, are still recovering from yesterday's St. Patty's Day meal and libations. This month is packed with a concatenation, meaning a chain of events tied to March. Apple held a major virtual event on Tuesday, March 8th. They introduced an iPhone SE with 5G, new emojis, etc. I sent information to everybody about that. Eastern Daylight Time took effect on March 13th. Our last live class in the Club Activity Center met on Friday, March 13th, 2020. And spring, the vernal equinox, begins in 3 days on March 21st. So a lot of things happening in March. I would like to thank and recognize my co-hosts today, Carol Friedman, our tech expert and vice president, and Bob Gastisha, our undisputed APCUG security expert. I think that's everyone that we have today. Of course, our presenter is also going to be featured as a co-host. Let me tell you what our mission is. Our mission is to provide an informative, entertaining, and comfortable learning environment where computer users with diverse levels of expertise can respectfully share their ideas, knowledge, and experience for the enrichment of all concerned while building confidence in themselves through the use of computers, devices, and trending technology. Yep, that sure is a violation of grammar. That's a really big run-on sentence, but it explains what we do, and it by your response and loyalty, which I greatly appreciate, your support has made this possible for us to meet that objective. I did remind everybody that we should avoid all background interference, garbage trucks, slamming doors, yelling to somebody in the next room, because the mic is very sensitive and will record it. Any other questions? Raise your hand. Okay. I do see Helene had a technical issue, so she was unable to get into the meeting. I'll try and resolve that shortly. So I would like at this time to introduce our guest presenter, who has given a mini presentation before, has been a good friend to me and to this club. Hayley St.John-Ayre is a library specialist supervisor and regional programming coordinator at Broward County Government. I'll let you tell her more about herself. Whether or not you have a Broward library card, you'll wish you had one when you see all the amazing things that the libraries, which are now just starting to reopen, are providing to the public. During the pandemic, all the libraries were basically closed, but the online library has always been open, and now it's more improved and better than ever. So it gives me great pleasure, and let's give her a warm sitting DBCC ovation to Hayley St.John-Ayre.
Thank you for that warm welcome, Barry. And I do see some familiar faces, so it's good to be back.
You may share your screen at any time.
Yeah, I have to, let's see. I've got to move this around a bit. I've got two monitors here, so I've got to get the right screen. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so you can see that now?
Yes.
It's our Broward County Library website. If you don't have a library card, and I'm curious to know how many of you do not have a Broward County Library card. Is there any way we can buy a show of hands? If you do not have a library card, my next question to you is, do you live or work in Broward County? because you do qualify for a library card. Even if you're a part-time resident, you can get a library card. I'm going to show you how to get one. You can get it online quickly. And then I'll take you through a couple of other items on our website. And I will have a information sheet that I will send to Barry that he can share with you in the next couple of days. So firstly, here you can see our main landing page. It's broward.org/library, essentially. And the landing page has our library magazine, which is a digital version, and then our online calendar. And if you continue to scroll down, you'll see what these are events, either online or in person, that are coming up in the next couple of days or today, depending on how many we have. So here you can see that today, in person, we have language classes, community conversations, and so on. We've also got tax preparation at a couple of our libraries. If you continue to scroll down, we will have featured, let's go to the next, more events. We have some featured events like our Directors Book Club, Workforce Ready, a workshop series, and anything else special that's going on. But what I do want to share with you, and I think I briefly touched on this the last time I stopped by, is the calendar. This is a really great tool. You can select, say you've got absolutely nothing to do tomorrow, which I've heard that when you're retired, that never ever happens. You can go to Saturday, March 19th, and you will be able to see all the events that are going on in Broward County Library. We have a great program at the Pompano Beach Library tomorrow. It's called Art Lit. And I'm just trying to find it. Here we are. From 12 to 5, and it's an outdoor festival of sorts. So that's something you can attend. Or you can come to the North Regional Broward College Library, and you see the program has in person, so that's not online. Sorry about that. Hold on. And then there are others that are online, which you can also attend. Okay. So the other neat thing about this calendar is you can create a brochure. You would set some parameters, and then you just download it. And let's see, this is going to give us all events for Saturday. And it comes up as a PDF, which you can, email or, let's see. Can you see this? Yes, you can. Okay. So this is what you'd be able to print out if you needed to, and that's all the events just for Saturday. So that's a really cool tool. You can also select by location or age group or event type. Okay, so back to the home page, and let me just see what was the next item. Okay, I want to show you where you can find a library card. How you can, if you wanted to try and register for a library card. I've forgotten where to go. Okay, so let's go to, I think, going to eMedia. We have an eMedia tab that consists of a whole lot of things. And I'm looking for directory of services. Okay. Here you can find information about location and hours. and magazines. Let's click on A2F. You can search about library. You can find information about your account and different services that the library has here. Click on G2L for library card. Library cards, let's look here. Okay, apply online for an instant library card. If you click on that, you're going to get this very brief form. And I'm going to tell you that you can fill it in. If you are out of state, it should let you get a online library card. So even if you're not living in Broward County, you can access this online card, which would mean that you can't take out any books or any hard copy materials from the library, but you will be able to utilize all the online resources. So that's, and you can do it even if you're not in the country. Okay. Back to home page and my list. So if we go to the library here. Okay, you'll see in these tabs here, e-media. And this is what we've all been doing for the last few years. I personally like to go to the A to Z online resources, but here's a brief summary of some of the things that you can get. So if we go to this full A to Z list, we were there before. There's lots of ways to get to the same kind of things. So basically, it's one of those, it's like a Google rabbit hole. You just click on and click on different links and you'll find different things. So one of the things that you may be interested in is health. And we have a lot of resources here. My favorite is Medline Plus, where you can look up different symptoms, medications, medical tests, drugs, supplements, and different health topics. So this is a good way to be prepared for any medical appointments that you have, do some research if you are so inclined. The next thing that I like for health issues as well is Universal Class, believe it or not. Here you can find a lot of different classes. I think there are literally thousands, and alternative medicine, health and medicine. Let's look at this one. And you'll see there are some featured classes which you can scroll through like this. The art of breathing, which I need to do. And or you can click on things here like therapy and treatment, anxiety therapy, how to be your own life coach, anatomy and physiology, and also scroll down here. You can see all kinds of things, anger management, and something I saw earlier, which I found interesting, was how to dealing with difficult people. I know we never come across those. So this is a great resource, and this outlines the class on dealing with difficult people. Okay, so that is one of the many resources that you have on Broward County Library. Now, if you had to actually join this course, you would need to kind of register, create a little account. And I look at it as the library is a big house or a big building with lots of rooms, and universal class is one room. So this is, you creating this little account is like getting the key to go into the universal classroom. And they don't, this is not linked to any sort of personal information or anything. So you can, usually the passwords you can create for these accounts are relatively simple, not complicated. And it's just so that whatever information that you do, if you start a class, start a course, you can then return back to that same spot where you were if you had to break away, because this one's like 16 lessons with exams and assignments, and it takes an average of 10 hours to complete. So that's one of the reasons why you sort of want that key to the door for universal class. Okay, and then when we started here, I was very impressed at Barry's demonstration of his linguistic abilities, speaking in different languages. We have Rosetta Stone, a version of it through the library. You can also under eMedia. Yeah, language lessons. I started with French recently, but again, this would be the key to the room. You would sign in. You can choose from a number of languages: Spanish, French, German, Italian, Arabic, Chinese, Mandarin, Greek, Hebrew, Irish. I guess we can all go out and learn Irish today. Japanese, Persian, Portuguese, Turkish, Vietnamese. So there's quite a selection, and that's a free subscription with your Broward County Library. So even if you don't have a library card, even if you tell me you don't read books, there's still plenty of reasons to join or to get a library card. Okay, so the next thing I want to touch on is Libby. Some of you may use Libby, which is the platform that allows you to read, download ebooks and e-audiobooks from the library. It's, I know a lot of you that are readers may say, I like a hard copy of a book. I constantly hear that, but if you like hard copies, that's fine, but I'm here to tell you there are other options. I personally find with my lifestyle, the best way to read is through e-audiobooks. So I have the Libby app on my phone, and I'm able to download books and listen or read while I'm driving to and from work. That's really the only time that I have to read, and so that's what I do. It's really easy. So let's go to here, Libby. So this is the library reading app, as you see, and you can download it from the App Store, either Google Play or Apple. You have to have, in the case of Apple, you have to have version iOS 10 or later. And for the Android, it's got to be, I think, the version 5 or later. If you have anything older than that, you could continue to use our previous app, which was Overdrive, or you can read and access the books and that via a browser through the website. So just know that these apps are only for those newer versions of operating systems. So if you had a Kindle Fire or reader, e-reader, that will be able to work with Libby. But if you had a Paperwhite, Kindle Paperwhite, that cannot work with Libby. And then you would have to continue to use the Overdrive. We do have, and I will send this to you, instructions on how to use it with the Overdrive directions for Kindle Paperwhite. And I did want to tell you that we do have, the library is going to be having some training for customers online for a Kindle ebook reader. So if you want to, if you do have a Kindle ebook reader, you can, and you're available on March 22nd from 2 to 3 p.m., you can register for an event. You would be able to go to the library online calendar and look for that Libby training for customer, for Kindle devices. Okay, so also under this, when you get into Libby here, you will see a list of frequently asked questions. Yes, Libby is free, and you will need your library card. So if you have registered for one of those online library cards, if you don't have a sort of a hard library card, you can still access Libby, and you can find all kinds of books, both in person, both e-audio and regular ebooks. And if any of you used to use Overdrive and you're wondering why the change to Libby, it's the updated version of Overdrive, and the platform is supposed to be new and improved from Overdrive, but quite frankly, I preferred Overdrive, but I'm trying to be open-minded and realizing that all things change. So I'm using Libby now, and it's great. The good thing about reading books online or through the app is that you don't have to worry about returning them. So there are never any late fees. When your time is up for your loan period is up, the book will automatically stop being available to you. And Barry, I don't know, I've got this short video. Is that something I'll be able to play?
Yes, you have to check the sound. When you bring it up, you'll have an option there to enable sound for it and everything on the slide.
Okay. So let's see. Let's try here.
Let's give it a try.
Can you hear that?
You can borrow free ebooks,
yes,
digital books, and magazines from your library. All you need is a library card. When you open Libby for the first time, you'll search for your library. Then you can explore the collection and borrow titles or place holds instantly. On your shelf, you'll find all your loans, holds, and tags. By default, loans are automatically downloaded for offline use when you're on Wi-Fi. Your loans are returned automatically on their due dates, so you never need to worry about late fees. Tap Manage Loan to see more options about each title, like returning early. Tap the title to open it and start reading. If you belong to a library in the United States, you'll see the option to send most ebooks to Kindle or to start reading in Libby. Use the footer to search, visit your library, access your shelf, and see your timeline. You can also open your current read. In the Libby menu, you can see add a library, get help, and more. Download Libby to start borrowing today. Happy reading.
Okay, so it really is simple, and it's quite fun. I mean, I love the fact that I can download, again, I'm a big fan of audiobooks, to my phone, because when I go walking around the neighborhood or hiking or anything else, I have my headphones in or my AirPods in, and I can listen to the book. So it really makes it convenient, portable, in my car, wherever I go, when I'm sitting in a doctor's office, and you know how long you can wait at those places, you have that, you can listen to an audiobook, because on your phone you can't, it's hard to read because it's such a small screen. I mean, if you carry your iPad around, that's okay to read, but if you just have your phone with you, you can always listen to an audiobook. So does anyone have any questions about what I've talked about so far, or any questions about things they'd like me to talk about from the library? If you want to put that in the chat, or I don't know how it works, if you want to.
You might have to unshare your screen and then go back to sharing it afterwards so we can see everyone.
Okay, let's see.
But remember to start back where you left off.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions? Please raise your hand. Use the raise your hand icon. Dorothy?
I've been using Overdrive for a long time, and I do audiobooks. Do I have to change to Libby, or can I still continue to use Overdrive?
You don't have to change at the moment, but eventually, I mean, they're keeping Overdrive going. They're not going to be updating it or adding any support to it. And I believe it's not, if you're using it, they have not given a clear date by which they're going to discontinue it. But apparently, if it's not already, it's been taken off, it's not available for download now. So new customers can no longer download, apparently, the Overdrive app from either app store.
The mobile Libby app works excellently on the iPhones, I could tell you that, and the iPad.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll tell you, I was very reluctant because I was quite happy with Overdrive, and I still kind of miss it. Libby is easy to use. I prefer Overdrive, but I've now switched over to Libby because I wasn't sure when it's going to go disappear. But according to, we don't know, but I think they're just not going to put any sort of support effort into Overdrive. So.
Okay, thank you.
Steve, your question is next. Steve Carcieri.
Yes, I just recently found out that these new cards that have a picture on them, the library cards, are available for a fee. And even if you have an older card and you want to switch to the new one, there's some kind of fee involved in getting a library card. What's up with that?
So I don't know. I guess it's to defray expenses. It's a minimal fee, if I'm not mistaken. It's like a couple of dollars. A lot of people, may come in and say, "Oh, I've lost my card. Can I get a new one?" And so, we want people. I don't know the reasoning behind it, but yes, there is a fee for the fancy picture ones. I've still got one of the old ones. It works perfectly fine. And in fact, I don't actually know where it is, because if you have the library app on your phone, you have the ability to convert your library card number into a barcode. So then when you go into the library, you can just show them your the barcode, and they can just scan that. So you don't have to pay that, But it's also always been, if you have a library card and you've lost your card, to get a replacement card, there is a charge.
Okay,
So
Marcia,
you
your
get a key tag
question?
with it also. There's a key tag
Sorry?
that's with the new, there's a key tag that's available with the new card also.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. That's fine. That's convenient. But when I use the key tag, I found when the key tag is on my key ring, it kind of ended up getting all, the plastic came off and it got bent and buckled, and eventually I just got rid of it. If you do carry your cell phone around all the time, that's probably the best way. And then you can keep your hard cards at home, safe and sound, if you
Okay.
remember where you store them.
Okay, thank you very much,
thanks,
Haley.
Haley. Let's go to
You're welcome.
Marcia first and then Dawn.
Okay.
Okay, you got me now?
Yes.
Okay, two things. First, I want people to know that they can download the book when they have internet access, and that way it's free for the download, and then you can then use it in your car or wherever on your phone, so you're not using up cellular time at all, so it's not costing you anything. I didn't know if people realize that. You don't want to first download the book when you're sitting in the car, but download it where you have internet and then listen to it without using cellular service anywhere. The other thing is, how do you get that library card onto your phone? I mean, I have a Libby app on my phone already, but how do I do the library card so that then there is the little box you were talking about that
Okay. So you have to download a library, the Broward County Library app. Okay, so that's another app. So it's through the and I'm just trying to see where it is, if I've got it on my phone. Anyway, it is the Broward County Library app, and let me see if we can find it online. I don't know. I have to confess, that's one thing that I didn't look for.
You have to go to the App Store and type in the search, Broward County Library.
Yeah. I'm just there may be a link.
I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Yep, I've got it. I go to the
Is being recorded.
So let's see.
Okay, if you go to the App Store and you can find it there under App Store, go to search, type in Broward County Library, the app appears. Second from the top, it says Broward County Library Books, and you click Get. That will download it to your device immediately. You can then open it up. It will ask for your library card. It may ask you one time to just save it, and then it can be used for all future uses.
Thank you.
It's blue. It's like navy blue. The image is navy blue, and it's got the logo on it. It may say BCL, but if you do a search, as Barry says, if you do a search for the Broward County Library, it will come up.
Okay, Don.
Yeah, just real quick. Can you fill out the form for your library card online and then pick up the hard card at your local?
Yes, you can. Theoretically, you can. However, when you go in to get a hard card, you will need to provide, proof of
Residency.
Okay.
You can walk right into that Century Village Library right now. You know, it's right outside the village.
But I just, I've lost my transportation normally, so I was just wondering if I could do it online, expedite things a little bit, tell them I'd like to pick it up there, and then just go over there and pick one up.
So, quite frankly, it would be easier to just walk over there and do it. I'm not sure how, if you do it online, it kind of goes to one place. So I don't know how the communication goes.
You
Well,
So
can
we
if
certainly
call
if
up.
you want,
people. Okay, we'll go over in person and say, I want a card.
yeah, I mean, that you only need that card if you want to do check out books and materials from the physical materials. But if you're just going to be doing it online, you can just keep the online version.
Well,
Okay, one more question. We've got to get back to the presentation. So hold your comments right now. Haley, go back to sharing your screen and move on, please.
Okay, so the final thing that I wanted to share with you, because I just discovered this recently, and that is something called Canopy.
Oh, yeah.
Canopy, honestly, I feel like with Canopy, I want to retire tomorrow and then just spend my life watching documentaries and movies. So we have two resources, one called Hoopla, which we've had for a while, and Canopy, which we've had, you know, for a couple of years, but not as long as Hoopla. And with Canopy, the focus is on documentaries. They do have some movies, but the focus is on documentaries. And we also have online, I don't know if you've heard of the Great Courses.
Oh,
It's
yes.
all online courses or access to these online courses where you can learn languages, you know, wine tasting, all kinds of different things.
Haley, would you reshare your screen, please, while you're talking? Thank
Okay,
you.
sorry, share screen. Okay, so there you have, we're back at the online resources page.
Mhm.
And I went down to K, and you see Canopy here. So again, you would be able to access this with your Broward County Library card. I'm going to log in. Oh, and the neat thing about these is if you have a smart TV at home where you subscribe to different streaming services like, you know, Netflix and so on, you can download Canopy and Hoopla to your TV. And that
Right.
way you will have additional things to watch and you don't have to pay for these. So for Canopy, you get 8 free downloads a month. And for Hoopla, it's either 6 or 8. I can't remember, but it's one of the two. So there you have access to additional streaming options, and it's free. So
I can put it on my desktop. You can put it on your laptop. You can put it on your Amazon Fire Stick. You can put it on your iPhone, your iPad, everywhere the app exists, even in Google, and use it from there, from your TV or whatever.
okay.
Haley, go ahead.
So now I'm logged in, and I just wanted to show you. I get excited just when I look at this. I mean, there are so many different things. There's TV series. The only downside, and if you do any kind of binge watching, if you decide you want to watch a series, you can only do 6 a month. You see at the top here, it says I've got 6 play credits left this month. So, you know, if a series is longer than 6 sessions, you would have to, you know, wait till the next month.
So you got to binge a bit.
Yeah, well, I tend to binge. And so sometimes I'm like, oh, I get, you know, to the second to last session and I'm finished of my thing. I try and time it so it's around the end of the month so I can start watching at the beginning, because it automatically updates at the end of the month. So here, the browsing option, you have movies, documentaries, the arts, and each one of them has further, you know, again, there's health, social science. Let's just look at documentaries. If you're so inclined, there's politics and current affairs. I'm going to let's look at historical perspectives. What happened there? Okay, so now we have this historical perspectives has 1,893 videos. So there are plenty of things if you want to be up on, more about European history, Asian history, African history. The other, let's look here.
Excuse me, Hayley, Carol has a question here. Is it 6 series or 6 episodes with Canopy?
Episodes, 6 episodes. And I believe when you select one, I think you have a limited amount of time within which you have to watch. So it will be so don't download your 6 unless you're going to be watching them, within, I think they tell you when you download something, it'll tell you you've got maybe 48 or 72 hours to watch it in. Okay, so that is a limitation for that. And it is, not 6 series. It's an individual downloads.
So it's sort of like on a loan to you.
Yes, it's exactly. You're loaning it. And Hoopla is the same. Hoopla is the same. Hoopla also has audiobooks, which is nice because sometimes if I'm at home and I don't necessarily want to listen out of my phone, I can have a look online on my TV and download an audiobook so that the sound is better on that. So anyway, this is all, business. You've got business economics and globalization. Let's look at that. There's 521 videos in that.
Wow.
So I don't think you can ever say, I've got nothing to do or nothing to watch, because this is just mind-boggling. I mean, just searching through it is, could take all weekend. Okay, so how do we do Hoopla or Canopy with a smart TV? Okay, so I managed to do it. I have a Roku device, which allows me to stream at home. So I'm going to tell you what I did with the Roku, and I'm sure it works pretty much similar for all the others as well. When you get your on your TV menu, you can search for different channels that you want to. You can search for Netflix, just like you search for Netflix or HBO Max or Sundance or Acorn or BritBox. You just do a search for that. You search for Hoopla and it will come up, and then you just choose to kind of install, I guess, Hoopla into your feed. That's about as technical as I can get with that aspect, but it really is very easy. If you've got any other channels on your smart TV, that's it. Obviously, it's got to be connected to the internet.
Can we go back to the main e-media page, please?
Okay.
And then we'll show them the other things that are there. You'll notice that under music, there is Frigo, which I use every single week. That gives you 6 free downloads
a week
of music. Yes. Amazing. And you can then download it to your device, to your computer, and then you can sync it into iTunes or whatever music program you're using with your iPhone, for example, and then you can add it to a playlist. It's as if it belonged to you.
And you see, they've also got some audiobooks too,
Mhm.
and they've got music videos. You know, you can do a search. Here's St. Patrick's Day songs. If we wanted to listen to great Irish pub songs, there are a lot of, I mean, this is another thing. This is, it's almost unlimited. It doesn't have everything, but it has a lot. And you can also discover things that you hadn't discovered before. It's really a great resource. I haven't used Freegal for a long time, but basically it's just because I don't have enough time. It's either watching TV, Hoopla, Canopy, there's Freegal, there's audiobooks, and like you don't have any time for anything else.
Let's go back a moment to that other
Okay.
screen. And now you see e-magazines, my favorite. You get magazines here that you can read and loan out for a certain time, absolutely free, without having to buy them from the stand. The amount of magazines in here is absolutely amazing. Go to See All over there. Look at this, tech magazines. Hit the See All. And now you'll be able to see all the favorite magazines by categories: tech magazines, cooking magazines, language magazines. I download Apple's magazine every time for free. There's prevention. You don't have to pay for these things at Publix in the supermarket. You have these
And
absolutely free.
Reader's Digest.
Yep.
You're being environmentally friendly. So, and this you would be reading with your Overdrive app or your Libby app. This particular one, I think I clicked on, is Overdrive.
Yep, and it works
But,
just
look,
like.
they've got Vogue,
Mhm.
cooking magazines, craft magazines, Vanity Fair,
Health.
Soap Digest, you know, car magazines, photography magazines, Cosmopolitan, you name it. It's absolutely incredible.
And they're on loan for a certain period of time, and you can always put a hold on it if you want it, if someone else has it, or you just simply return it and then take it out for another loan period. They're updated very regularly. Okay, let's go back to the e-media page, please. And here, you can see the great courses there. The language lessons from Rosetta, amazing what's on here.
Yeah, it's honestly, it is, the great courses are in Canopy. It's kind of overwhelming, really. So you need to know what you want to do or what kind of things you want to watch, and you can certainly find it. The great courses, there's lots of, look, there's cooking basics, there's, you know, travel type classes, history, hobbies, literature.
Can you search by presenter?
By presenter, do you have one in mind and we can try that?
Yeah, deGrasse Tyson, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Okay.
It's I think it's Neil.
deGrasse, D-E-G-R-A-S-S-E.
Yeah.
Tyson, T-Y-S-O-N.
This what comes up, whether or not he's join Professor Tyson, Inexplicable Life.
Yes.
So yeah, you could
Yeah, I know he did a great presentation class.
yeah.
Hey, cool.
I mean, he has For the Love of Spock, there we are. He did that one too. So yeah,
All right.
I guess you can search that. There's a filmmakers. You can search by, I guess.
I think he did one on decision making. So, all right,
Okay.
thank you.
So
Cool.
yeah, as I say, you know, you'll never have nothing to do again.
I'm too deep in it now.
So honestly, those are, look, we also have consumer reports. You want to go shopping and you're not sure about what product to buy, you can always check out consumer reports. Okay. So honestly, it's too much.
Yeah.
So, you know, you kind of can make this your go-to page, because the one great thing about the resources through the library is that, you know, they've been vetted. They are, you know, reliable and legitimate sources. So I think that sort of helps a lot. But we've also got this LinkedIn Learning. It used to be lynda.com. Some of these resources you'll find we have as a result of our collaboration or partnership with the Nova Southeastern University. So it may be required that you have to get an NSU card. So in those cases, just as you saw when I clicked on that LinkedIn Learning, you came up with this, and you would enter your, and of course, I don't know my library card, but if you already have an NSU card, then you would enter your information into that and log in, and it would take you. So there are cases, usually like Flipster. If you hover over it, it will say, you have to, if you see here, to access resource, obtain a free online NSU e-card and then log in with your Broward County Library card. So that's a kind of a bit of a hurdle for some of the resources, not very many, but for example, the LinkedIn Learning and the Flipster and so on.
And look at the free newspapers there.
Yeah, the free newspapers are really great. Now, when so the thing with this is, and I hadn't managed to follow up on this, but if you say wanted to log into the New York Times, you can, you have to still create a little account, and it's for a limited amount of time. Mm-hmm. So you can log in an unlimited number of times, you know, if you had to do this every day, but it's kind of a step that you're going to have to go through. It's only for a few hours. So if you create an account, let me just see what it does here. I don't know what the password is. So anyway, that's how you log into your complimentary account. But again, what I did find when I looked at it, it's only for a limited amount of time. And then, you know, say a couple of days, and then you would have to do the same step again.
Yeah, they're looking for a full subscription, which is very expensive.
Yeah, of course they are. So, but this way it's cheaper. Even if it's inconvenient that you have to do that every time, it's kind of better than having to pay for it.
Agree. Let's see what else.
There's Washington Post. Mm-hmm. There's another thing that you may find interesting. So Washington Post. Here. Okay, so another thing that you could be interested in is, let's look at e-meeting. And when I was kind of scrolling through. Oh, wait. I think it's Morningstar. Yeah, Investment Research Center. Morningstar Investment Research Center. So you can check, I don't understand all of the stuff, but for those of you who have investments, you can look up, different information here for research.
Yeah, that's the premier stock site, Morningstar, and
Yeah.
investments.
And again, it's planning and educational articles and videos. So
Ooh, well,
there's all kinds of things. There probably are things that I haven't covered here, but it's just so extensive. It's like a kid in a candy store for me. There are tons of resources. So I recommend when you have a moment to log on to the library website. Again, that's broward.org/library, and check it out. As I say, there are many ways to get to the same thing. So you find out what you're comfortable with, but surefire way is to go to the A to Z list of our online resources, if that's what you're looking for. Do not put it in the search. This search is really limited to the catalog. So that's for books and so on, and not. So if you type Morningstar in there, I'm not sure that you would get something that you wouldn't get what you were looking for, because it's limited to books. So this search catalog, that's only for the catalog of books.
What is that stuff coming up from Outlook? Is that from you, Hayley?
Yeah, that's mine. That's
Okay.
mine. So anyway, if anything, you may not remember anything I've told you, but I hope you remember this, is that it's easy to get a library card, and there are thousands and thousands of resources at your fingertips, literally clicking your mouse.
Oh, there's the Creation Station with all of the latest robotics and artificial intelligence. That is run by Bob Anstead down in Fort Lauderdale, another one of our great guest speakers.
We have, over the summer months, we have, oh, yes, someone said, mention my favorite, Ancestry. Ancestry.com, yes. That is available inside the library. So you have to come into a library computer, but you have free access to Ancestry.com if you go into the library. So that is another great resource. Thank you for bringing that up, Marsha. So we've just finished planning our summer programming at the library. That's from June through August 13th. And I know Bob is going to be doing a lot of AI and VR informational sessions at some of the libraries. So you can keep an eye out for that and go along to the library to learn more about those. And also, I know he also, I don't know if he mentioned his underwater or his submersible robot that he has. So he's going to be demonstrating that at some of the libraries that are close to bodies of water, like a canal. And I guess everyone will be able to watch those demonstrations as well. So keep a lookout for that on the online calendar. In fact, I would make this part of your coffee routine in the morning. Log on to the library website and see what's happening at the library today.
So the library, you don't have to go in anymore. It's brought back to you. You have a home library now.
But if you want to stretch your legs and walk amongst the shelves, we welcome you back. Masks are not required. We recommend them, but they're not required. So you can come into any of the 38 libraries in Broward County, and we'll be happy to see you.
Hayley, I want to thank you for an excellent presentation. And now you may unshare your screen. And let's give her a warm sitting ovation for an excellent presentation. Thank you so much.
And thank you so much for having me. And I appreciate you guys letting me come and talk library talk, because my friends usually get a bit bored with it. So I'm grateful that you allowed me to do that.
One thing that site is not is boring. I find it highly informative and useful. I use everything in it daily. I'm addicted to it, and you will be too if you start using it, you know, as a rule. I'm sure that wherever you live, if you're not living in Broward County, they have some libraries in Palm Beach County and probably have a similar program. We might ask some of you to describe how your library works in a future class. Anyone?
And if I could just comment on, I see someone corrected me with the ancestry information. Apparently you don't need to go to the library. You can go online. So that's good to know. And someone else said, I see Canopy is not compatible with Windows Explorer. I don't know about that. I would have to look into that.
Windows 10.
Yeah, I would imagine it's compatible with Edge. I know Internet Explorer is probably history for a lot of platforms. If you're using Internet Explorer, it's not going to be compatible, but you know, Edge should be, because I've got Edge. We've got Edge on our computers.
Internet Explorer is a dodo. I wouldn't use it because it's unsafe.
Yeah.
It's unsafe.
I see
Dorothy?
I just wanted to ask, you said that you installed Canopy and Hoopla with your Roku. Will the Fire Stick work also?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I have it on my Fire Stick, both of them, Canopy and Hoopla and everything. Everything I can throw on there from the library is on everything. Anyone else?
Okay. Yeah.
Ron?
Yes, I've got a problem with Hoopla.
Okay, hang on.
It thinks I have a pre-existing account with Hoopla, but it won't accept my password, and it says it's going to change the password with my email, and I go to my email and there's nothing there that will able to change the password. So I'm not sure if it's working.
Okay, so it may be that because I did that, I couldn't remember my Hoopla password, and so I've noticed that Hoopla doesn't necessarily send it immediately. There's like a little delay. So you may get it a little later. If not, I can try and find out. I'm going to make a note here, some information about resetting password for Hoopla.
You may be.
If you don't get it, I'll look into it anyway, because it's useful to know about that.
You may be able to use a Face ID.
I didn't see that option.
Okay.
It was like
10,
15 minutes ago. Nothing appeared.
Okay.
Okay. Ron, I will look into that, and I'll send Barry some information if I find anything about that.
Okay, thank you very much.
And you can give them your email address, Hayley, at the end. I'll send that out to them too.
Okay.
Ron, you have a question?
Yes, I have a question. Did I understand correctly?
You hold it. You've got audio background there, echo.
I don't know.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Did I understand correctly?
Step back further from the mic, please.
Hi. Hi. Going. Did you get on?
I don't know what.
Uh-oh, boy. We got to mute everybody here.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
It's Mary Louise that's interfering with that reception.
Okay,
Oh, okay, gotta mute me.
right.
It may be because I'm in the other room.
Okay, we
Yeah.
don't want to hear anybody in the other room or anything. It's recording. I'm going to get everybody out here in a moment.
Right. Well, I'm right now, I had the phone ready and then I was at my computer club. So my computer club is just about over. And so I think I might.
Now it's Dorothy interfering.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's just get going. All right, thank you, folks. Hayley, you can stick around and if you like, but
All right.
we appreciate everything.
Well, and if you hear anything, I'll call you as soon as I get back.
I will hope to get this video up on YouTube probably over the weekend, and I will send you the information. Those of you who participated today, I will send you the link, and any information that Hayley gives me in the next couple of days will also be sent there, and it will be posted on our club site under the ICYMI, which is in case you missed it, or under the handout section under member resources on the homepage. So don't worry about it. You didn't miss anything. Oh, a question from Ada. It says, does Chromecast work with it?
I would imagine so. I don't know for certain, but I will find out. And that's, are you talking about your TV? I don't actually know what Chromecast is. Is that like a
Google.
Roku? It's for Google.
Yes,
right?
it's a Google plug-in. You plug it into the back of the TV.
I'm pretty certain that it should. But I will double check.
You can always go to Google and type search, will the Chromecast work with such and such, and it should give you the answer.
I believe the Edge browser has it built in.
I'm not sure.
It does.
Okay.
I was
Okay.
using Edge.
All right.
Thank you very much, Barry. Thank you, everyone. And Barry will give you my email address.
I will post that shortly.
Thank you.
Thanks again, Hayley. Stay well.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye, Hayley.
Have a nice
We're not
weekend.
shutting the meeting down yet. I have several other things I'd like to add before we do. As you know, we're a bi-weekly meetings continue throughout the summer. And since April has 5 Fridays, we're going to have to skip the intervening Friday to remain on schedule. Therefore, the next class will be April the 8th, not the 1st. So don't be an April fool and think we're meeting then. So we're going to meet on Friday, April 8th, and then back on to the 22nd. It's already been posted. We don't have a topic yet, but we should get that done very shortly, and you can see that online on our homepage. So actually, I want to wish, I guess everyone, Passover is coming up, believe it or not. And that would have been that Friday, the first night of Seder, where everybody gets together and gets drunk on the wine. So on the Manischewitz. So that's it. So that's all I have to say. Anyone else like to say anything before we close today's meeting?
Thank you very much for organizing this, Barry. I very much appreciate it and also very informative.
And please take advantage of the library. I'm telling you, walk in, if you're in Century Village, go right into the branch there and ask any questions they can answer for you.
Barry, don't forget Mike Reeves' question.
Yes, Mike, you had a question about Chromebooks. Want to ask it now, please? Unmute yourself.
I've asked him.
He
Mike?
left this question in chat.
Okay, I'll try, but there's a 10-second delay.
Hold it,
so
hold it.
you're
Your
all
audio's messed up.
talking, I'll be, anyway.
Mike, I
I
can't hear you.
said,
Your audio is
how
screwed
do
up.
I'm
sorry, I have to mute you.
How do I?
Type it.
I
Type it in the-
know, that's what I told you.
I have to mute you, Mike, 'cause there's something wrong with your audio. Let's see, he says, let me look at the question here. How do I safely dispose of or recycle my old Chromebook? Well, you've got to first of all power wash it. There's a thing called power wash, which will eliminate everything on the Chromebook and move it back to factory specifications. You can also look it up on Google. Just type in, how do I recycle or remove all the data from my Chromebook. There's tons of videos on that on YouTube, I suggest. I can't put you back on because the audio is interfering severely. There's something wrong coming out of your location. All right, folks, it's been great. I wish we had more time, but I have to get going. And I want to thank you all for participating. I love everyone. Stay safe and stay healthy. Say goodbye, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone. Have a
Bye.
good weekend. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Haley. Bye.
Thank you, Haley.